Now working on to define the muscles a little bit. Adding to the tail. The tail is kind of flat there in the background. Doesn't really feel like it's part of him. It feels like it's something huge up his ass. Maybe it is. Hey, I don't know. I don't judge. Maybe he's walking around with a ginormous snake up his bum. That might be it. He's a demon. Who knows what he likes? I don't. Here, I'm giving him a split tail, sort of to mimic the split head tails he's got going on. Maybe his brain's in there. Maybe he has like very squishy brain that takes up those tails. That might be the case. Who knows? But these are the sorts of questions you have to ask yourself when you're painting crazy demons. I'm noticing right here that he's kind of fading into the background. There's not enough contrast between him and the background. I will actually sort of overcompensate for that and make this entire thing really dark towards the end, which wasn't necessarily my intention. It's just, yeah, I wanted to get him done. I was growing tired of him. Here, finally, adding some colors. Thinking of some cool cyan colors and blues and greens to contrast with his sort of fleshy reds and pinks and light browns. Yeah, playing around with the curves adjustment tool, which is an awesome tool where you can go in and set the curve for all the color channels as well as the bright and darkness levels, which is awesome. Now there's a trick. You saw me like inverting the colors for everything here. I usually do that to pick the inverted color and use it as sort of a secondary light source, like the ambient light in the shadows, which is a neat trick when you're lazy and can't come up with a cool color scheme of your own. No, but I think it works pretty well. Using colors in shadows is a really nice way to make the image feel to give it depth and make it feel all nice and professional. Yes. So here I haven't really noticed yet, but one of those tail things I painted earlier I will sort of forget about it and think that it's an ear. So I will give him an ear on the other side as well, which is kind of funny. To me, at least. I'm laughing, and I'm the only one here, so I guess it's funny. I'm fiddling around a little bit with the background, adding a dodge layer, or overlaid layer. I can't really remember. And pushing in some more ambience and atmosphere and highlights and a bunch of crap. Here I'm thinking, okay, so maybe I should add a hint towards some sort of architecture in the background there. I will soon notice that his head is very small as well. So I will rescale that and tweak. Now, I mean, I'm sort of intentionally not putting too much detail on his hands and arms and things like that, because I want the attention to be paid to the screaming face and generally just the attitude of the character and and the like dynamic pose. I will go in with the smudge tool later on and just blur out the contours a little bit more later. There we go, adding some more flesh tones and highlights and things like that. Here's that secondary light coming from the lower right. Well, right now lower right, because I flip the image a lot when I'm working. Which is great, because then you get to see things from a different perspective, which makes you notice errors that you've made in the image. And you always make errors if you don't get to see it with some fresh eyes. Another way to do that is just to stop drawing, go away from it for a couple of hours and come back, and then you'll notice a bunch of stuff that you didn't notice before. Which can be a lot of fun and sometimes frustrating, because you might think that, oh my god, this is so cool, so awesome. I can't wait to get back to drawing this tomorrow. And then when you get back tomorrow, it's like, oh shit. What the hell was I thinking? By his arms on his head. You're trying to add some form to his tail and to make it stand out a little bit. Now I've added sort of highlights in the background where his tail is, which kind of conflicts with the highlights on his back muscles there, which is a dumb mistake. And instead of fixing that, I am adding some color to his loincloth. And some skull decorations, because he's a demon, right? What demon doesn't have skull decorations? Well, certainly not a respectable demon, that's for sure. Trying to add some dynamic movement in that loincloth thing. And here I go, painting in the ears. I fooled myself into thinking that he had an ear back there, so I added another one. Oh, that's funny. Happy mistakes. Never underestimate the happy mistakes. Because it looks cooler with the ears. In my mind, anyway. Trying to add some highlights without it looking too out of place to his loincloth. Also trying to add some sort of movement, or rather keeping the movement in the loincloth. You're making it pop a little with some rim lights, adding some details. Of course, he has a belt around his thigh. What demon doesn't? It serves no purpose. It's just there. It will sort of mimic the belt I'm going to give him soon across his torso, I guess. Not that I'm thinking that while I'm doing it. I'm not really thinking at all. I'm just painting away, letting my hand do whatever he wants with this image. Not in a dirty way. Or who knows, my hand might be possessed by another demon. I don't think so. So here I'm thinking, okay, so this composition is a little all over the place. There's somehow there's so much going on. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to separate him from the background by adding his colors to the background. That's smart. Not really, but I wanted some kind of contrast here. Here I actually duplicated the image and just darkened it with a curve layer. And then I'm erasing out parts of it. Because I want that almost, not sure if it's called vignetting maybe, or, well, darken the side parts of the screen slightly to make the center of the image pop more, to get him to stand out a little bit. Here I'm adding the strap across his chest. That's probably holding, or supposedly holds, his weapon or some part of an armor that maybe he forgot at home, or a crazy barbarian stole it or something. Maybe that's why he's so angry. Someone stole his armor. Yeah, that's probably it.